What's up, guys and gals? It is your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys a live reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 205. And I was requested to do a live reaction by a handful of people, and including, I believe, Neo, Neve, Misk, a number of people anyway, said that if I hadn't already read the chapter this morning, that doing a live reaction would be appropriate. So it's a live reaction worthy chapter. So that's why we're doing a live reaction for this Movember review. So without further ado, let's just get right underway with it. Let's get right underway. So boom, and don't forget, by the end of the year, we want 1,000 subscribers, and we are close to the last month of the year, and the channel's been going down, not up, so definitely share this around. That's all I can ask. Anyways, so let's jump right into it. So page 1, we have, of course, Yuki showed up looking like a boss in her track pants and all that stuff, and Chozo with his hair. His hair looks so much better. He looks so fucking cool. He looks so badass right now. And he says, Tsukumo, nice fight. Now leave the rest to me. And special grade, Tsukumo tags in, Chozo tags out. And let's see, chapter 205, Star and Oil. Oh, we're changing it up. It's Star and Oil now, not Blood and Oil. So let's see. It's the same one as in, wait, the kanji for oil in the recent chapters is the same as the one in Geto. Okay, so, of course, because Geto. All right, yeah, got it, cool. All right, so leave the rest to me, and then Chozo's like, yeah, okay, I'm taking a nap now. Okay, that's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. And then apparently crashes through the barrier. I'm assuming that this barrier is put up by, Tengen, and is going to be healed. So Chozo didn't die. A lot of people assumed that Chozo was going to die here to do some damage to Kenjaku like that. That was a theory that I heard. A lot of people said Chozo's going to get fucked, Chozo's going to die, but I heard a lot of people said Chozo is going to do some type of injury to Kenjaku or something, or delay his plans by sacrificing himself or something like that. So it seems like Chozo's going to be living. Okay, cool. Crashes through the Honey Nut Cheerios, Honeycombs barrier. And Yuki seems pretty confident, though. What's going on? Like, once again, he probably has a massive amount of different techniques. We should know this by now. He's probably got more than the handful that he's shown. And just because he showed this particular technique, Yuki thinks now is the time to go out? Like, I'm curious. Let's see. My type is a hard-working, muddy guy. Alright, fair enough. You, though, looking at Kenjaku, I'll have to beat you up. Whoa, wait a minute. I mean, I always assumed she was a physical fighter because of Todo, right? Because she's Todo's master sort of idea, so she would have to be all the brawn as well as the brain sort of idea, but okay. Like, look at those veins popping. That actually looks kind of gross, not gonna lie, but okay, cool. Flexing. Clench. I'll have to beat you up until you're the same. Oh, damn. Tsukumo Yuki, thinks Kenjaku. Since they gave her the special grade designation, the administration should have information on her curse technique. But despite that, I haven't been able to get it from them. Oh, so they don't know what her curse technique is. Keep your distance, thank you. And then, alright. Kenjaku then summons... Oh, it looks like it's the Garnicia Eleflantes again. Alright, we're going Garnicia Eleflantes. That cursed spirit is imported, right? Says Yuki, who's not shocked by this. A curse from an Asian god that can remove any obstacles. A curse from an Asian god that can remove any obstacles. How do you define an obstacle, I wonder? Yes, a special grade cursed spirit. Those are a dime a dozen these days. One that can entangle a concept with its technique's target. Okay. There's going to be some theories about this, I'm sure. Please show me what you can do. Man, this thing is big. And then... Garuda? Garuda. The worm thing, the snake thing, ended up turning into basically a volleyball here. And the kanji says Phoenix Wheel, but the furigana reads Garuda. A giant divine bird seen in both Hindu and Buddhist mythology, not to be confused with the Western phoenix. Okay. But same idea, though. It's still, like, right? Alright. Still a giant fucking fuck you bird, right? Alright. So then, let's see. And literally, so turned it into a soccer ball and is, alright, here, and kick. Boom. In comes the soccer ball, and Kenjaku's like, wait, what? And holy shit. Wait a minute. Damn. Wait a minute. That completely destroyed that elephant. Damn. And Kenjaku is shocked. He's like, wait, what? Are you afraid to get close because you don't know my technique? Guess I'll just tell you. No! Shut up! Stop doing that! Do not monologue your powers, people. I know it's shonen, but it's literally the way that people lose. My curse technique, it's mass. Oh, shit. So her punches, her kicks, her everything is... Damn, that's gonna be pretty OP. And, wait, runs up, goes forth, and punches right through his arm. He got his arm up in time to block, but it didn't matter. She punched right through his fucking arm and slammed him in the face. He can't block it because it doesn't matter if he's a good martial artist. He can't block it with her fucking technique. Damn. Slammed right in the face. Looks good on him. Look at this. Both arms. She got both arms, it looks like. They're gone. Shit. Slam, right? Oh man, that was, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. That's sending her flying. That, sending Kenjaku flying. That's a Dragon Ball Z fucking feat right there. That's a boom, through the mountain, slam, right? Alright, let's go. And crash, bang, boom. And he's crashed into the barrier. And now he's outside the barrier. He's crashed right back out through. Interesting. Laying there in some room where the hexagons are laying around him. The Honey Nut Cheerios, honeycombs are laying all around him. And let's see. That hit me so hard it tore a hole in the Shunyata barrier's circular definition. Damn. Mass, huh? Oh, it took one arm completely and completely crushed the other one. Now, of course, he's able to use reverse curse technique, so he'll be able to heal his body, I'm sure. But I wonder how quickly. Mass, huh? That's the technique's target concept. Such overwhelming mass to a point that its concept couldn't be contained. I don't even know what that word means. Semantically? Or pragmatically? I actually don't know what that first word. I haven't seen that word in a long time. I don't even know what that word is. Huh. Okay, but I mean, fair enough. Doesn't really matter. Basically saying, like, this thing is fucking broken. So yeah, this is basically this is what I sort of like Yuki's power is pretty much I'm just too fucking strong. Like, her technique is not overcomplicated. It's not overly, like, magical in nature or foom foom foom. It's literally fuck you, I just have a shit ton of hockey. A fuck you, I have the big muscles. Fuck you, I'm Broly. That's basically her technique. It's fuck you, I punch really hard. That's her technique. And you know what? It suits her. Her bad boy attitude. I like her bad girl attitude. I like it. It makes sense why Toto's such a meathead, friggin' raw, Yeah, okay. I like it. Yep, that's my curse technique. I wonder why the snake bird thing is there, though. See end of chapter notes. Okay, yep, that's my curse technique. Imbuing virtual mass into myself. Boombaye. Boombaye? Boombaye, I guess is the name of the technique. I think there'd be a cooler name for it, but that's my curse technique. Alright, and let's see. And Garuda is a Shikigami. Okay, so that's what it is. It's not a curse. It's a Shikigami that has been turned into a curse tool by my curse technique. How did? Oh, she turns it into a curse technique. Okay, it's the only other target of Boombai besides me. Okay, so basically, Boombai equals finish him or Wrath of the Star. Okay, Wrath of the Star sounds way better than finish him. So the technique is called Wrath of the Star. I like that. That's a cool name, Boombai. I like the Wrath of the Star. Boombai, that sounds familiar. Like, is that from a song or something? Anyways, all right, cool. So of course he's healing himself pretty quickly. She hasn't gotten any slower. So can I assume the added mass has no real effect on the sorcerer? Yeah, because she's still quick, even if her punches, like she's adding all the mass when she hits, it's virtual mass and doesn't slow her down, so she's not heavy as shit. Otherwise, she'd be like boom, 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 sinking in. The added mass has no real effect on the sorcerer. So let's see what Kenjaku thinks. Since she can ignore concepts, then none of the high-grade cursed spirits I have left after Shibuya are usable. And just by myself, is it even possible to hunt this wild beast? Alright, so Kenjaku has the respect then. Kenjaku has the respect for Yuki here, being like, okay, so none of the curse spirits are gonna work against this bitch. The mass technique, the Wrath of the Star technique is just gonna make that all moot. So that's no good. So he's got to fight her himself, and he's actually given her the respect. Alright. Let's see what Yuki's got to say. It's gravity. Alright, a lot of people said it was gravity. I thought it was more like a barrier, like the Gara sand or something like that, like something invisible to the eye that's constantly swarming, or like the Archangel's wind or something like that from Seven Deadly Sins. Something like that, invisible to the eye, but he can turn it on, and everything crumbles before it can touch him sort of idea. So it is confirmed here, though, that the whole pulling it down, it weighted it down. It's gravity. That was gravity. So he's got basically gravity magic, pretty much. All right. Kenjaku has some other curse technique besides curse spirit manipulation and the body hopping technique. Well, he's also got the idol transfiguration and stuff. And that must be gravity. The curse techniques extracted by Uzumaki have to be single-use only, since he didn't use idol transfiguration that has already been revealed to me. Wait, that's interesting. The curse techniques extracted by Uzumaki have to be a single use only, since he didn't use idol transfiguration. Wait a minute, if she's correct, let's just assume that her entire premise is correct, that the power is gravity, like a lot of fans thought. And I wasn't against it, I was just offering other ideas. But let's assume that all of her inner monologue right now is correct. This actually limits Kenjaku in a way we weren't aware of. A lot of people assumed he's got this technique, he's got that technique, he's got all this, all in his arsenal. A lot of the arguments when they power scale Kenjaku include the fact that he has idol transfiguration at will. By the sounds of it, he doesn't. So wait a minute. That's actually kind of cool. Considering that Kenjaku can use reverse curse technique, it's unlikely he'd waste a single-use technique on such a situation. Considering that Kenjaku can use reverse curse technique, it's unlikely he'd waste a single-use technique on such a situation. I'm not understanding what that has to do with his reverse curse technique. I'm not getting it. But anyways. So instead of me pondering over this, I got the first part. His real technique is gravity, and he can only use idol transfiguration as a single use, and he's already done that? Or he's saving it. He's either already used it, which I thought didn't he use that against Mahito to destroy Mahito? Didn't he do that? So didn't he extract it, use it, and that's it? So he can't use it anymore? That's the way I gathered, but maybe I'm misunderstanding the single-use part? considering that Kenjaku can use reverse curse technique, or is she saying that he has it, but it's only a one-time use, so he's not going to waste it fighting Chozo or fighting Yuki because he can use reverse curse technique and he wants to save that in a different situation. So Kenjaku's third curse technique must be gravity. But this is assuming that he only has 3 techniques. With his body hopping technique, he might have another technique. So he's got curse spirit manipulation, he's got body hopping, now the third technique is gravity. But that's assuming he only has 3 techniques, right? And this is assuming he can't use idle transfiguration or it's a one-time use only, whether he is out of lives or out of mana to use it, whatever you want to call it. Because I swore that's how he killed Mahito, didn't he? Anyways, doesn't matter. So yeah, either way, that is interesting. So the third technique must be gravity, but this is basing in the assumption that Kenjaku, who's been body hopping for a long time, didn't body hop and steal like with Geto, did not jump into his body and then fucking steal his technique. He probably was doing that for a lot of sorcerers, I would assume, over the years, right? Over the hundreds of years. So, interesting. So let's see. I think that's a poor assumption on Yuki's part, unless he can only save one technique at a time. Unless he can't. Wait a minute. This means, because a lot of people assumed what I just said, but this is implying if he were to body hop right now out of Gito's body, he no longer has access to cursed spirit manipulation. He only has access to it because he's in the host body. And when he leaves, he loses it. Wait a minute. That's interesting, because everyone's been assuming Kenjaku's this all-powerful dude and stuff like that. But if he was so all-powerful and had all these techniques, why would he be afraid and wanted to seal Gojo? So this actually makes a lot more sense to me now. Did we ever get confirmation for this? Because I think this is what this is confirming, is that he cannot save and store techniques like I've been assuming anyways. So his only real techniques now are what the host body has available and his own original techniques. Everything else he doesn't have. So wait a minute. Okay. He could have... Alright, we got more. He could have collected more cursed techniques extracted by Uzumaki, but that's unlikely. Let's see. He could have collected more cursed techniques. Alright. If you don't have an external storage mechanism like Okotsu, you'll overload your brain's memory. But let's assume he has a 4th curse technique in the worst case. Alright, so she's playing all the angles here. She's playing all the angles. And she's saying, because he's not Yuta, because he's fucking not Yuta, there's no way that he can't keep storing curse techniques. There's not enough there. The brain gets overloaded and stuff. And of course, Kenjaku is very odd with his brain thingy, so maybe there is an exception to the rule. But she even says, all right, so it's not possible, but let's just assume the impossible's possible, and he might have a 4th technique. Considering Jujutsu Tech's definition of special grade, Tsukumo Yuki might even have an extension technique with high cursed energy output as her trump card. What a pain. Okay, so Yuki and Kenjaku are both thinking this fight is a pain in the ass for both of them. Damn. According to the plan, I'll get Kenjaku to expand his domain. Next, I'll back him into a corner until the after effect of domain expansion takes hold, and he enters a state in which it's hard to use cursed techniques. So wait, well, how are you going to fight a domain, though? You're going to have to go into a domain yourself, aren't you? Even if I'm in the same state, I still have Garuda, so I can win. Oh, so they'll both be exhausted from the domain, but she's got Garuda, and as her ability, basically the cursed spirit manipulation, like him summoning cursed spirits and Shikigami and any of that stuff, it won't work on her. Alright. Let's see. To get this plan to work, I'll have to chip away at Kenjaku, reducing the intensity of his domain as much as possible. Alright. No. Wait a minute. Our curse techniques aren't suited for fighting each other, but you still haven't expanded a domain. You're practically confessing that you don't have faith in your ability to win a domain battle. Wait, what? What is that? I don't think that makes sense. I like, it sounds badass, like the blacksmith. No. Our curse techniques aren't suited for fighting each other, but you still haven't expanded your domain. You're practically confessing you don't have faith in your ability to win a domain battle. What? You haven't expanded your domain either, so... You know, like, wait a minute. That's sort of a pot kettle situation right there, unless, okay, he's going to summon his domain, but she might summon his the moment you summon yours. She might summon hers. You dum. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Somebody explain how that makes any sense, because she's literally in her own monologue isn't saying like, I can't win this. She's saying like she knows he's got it. Like the idea is to make him trigger the domain, which it seems like he's about to do. And then she's going to use her own domain, survive it, and then when they're both exhausted, she's still going to have Garuda so she can win. She actually has faith that she can win. That's the whole point of having Garuda there, right? It's an insurance policy that they're not taking any chances. That Kenjaku versus her domain, they'll both be exhausted, and they don't want a stalemate. Is that what he's implying? That you're confessing you don't have faith in your own ability to win a domain battle? But that's... I don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. That could be a translation thing. I don't know. But let's see. Bohm, I assume that he's got his hands together to use a domain expansion. Yuki shocked. Domain expansion, all-enveloping Garbhadrahatu. I'm probably butchering that. Yeah, what the hell is this? What the hell? This is some bloody... This is like the Tree of 1,000... You know what this looks like? This looks like Envy from Full Metal Alchemist. From Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. From Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it looks like Envy in her real form with the souls and all that stuff. It looks like the same idea. If it was green, it'd be an identical thing. And then we got some like Hear No Evil, See No Evil guys down here or something like that. Some fat Buddhas or some shit. It seems... Alright, so the domain expansion is happening. And here's the faces. And then Tengen, now's the time. Alright, Yuki and Kenjaku, will I make it in time? Kenjaku quickly expands his domain. What are these two planning? And now Tengen is going to enter the fray. It's 2v1. Wait a minute. Alright. Cool. And that is the end of the chapter. Alright. So, yeah. Damn. That is a great chapter. Let's see if there's anything in the notes here. Because apparently there's... Well, holy shit. These are a lot of notes. Alright. These are way too many notes to read on stream. Holy shit. On a shingle. What is Garba? Alright. So, in short, it's a womb. All-enveloping womb. Okay. So, death painting womb. Yeah. Alright. So, in short, it's a womb, at least, you know. A frequent motif in Japanese Buddhism is the concept of two realms associated. Alright, so always centers in. So, in short, it's a womb. Alright, why all-enveloping? Blanketing the countryside and figuratively means everywhere. So, the everywhere womb. Alright. The hand seal is doing the 8th form or something. Yeah, the Wrath of the Star. Let's see. Bombayi comes from Bomaye, which means finish him in Lingala, and was famously chanted during Muhammad Ali's Rumble in the Jungle match against George Foreman. Is that where that sounded familiar from? Japanese fans are probably more familiar with it as famous wrestlers. Intro. Okay, interesting. What is imaginary mass? Yeah, like at least let's go into the mass part of this. Virtual, so imaginary mass is misleading because it's also an established physics concept for a mass that becomes negative when squared. So it seems like the raw text referring to is thinking about physics at all. Alright, so they're trying to explain it, but it's not. Alright. Remark 1. In short, Kenjaku might mean that this virtual mass is so overwhelming that its overwhelmingness can't be defined in words or be conceptualized, and that's why it breaks through. Basically, the way I read it, and maybe this is the way it's a concept defined pragmatically, should be the exhaustive list of what falls under the concept. What I gathered was, okay, these are ideologies and concepts and ideas and all that stuff, and this is just a fuck you, my punch. I can punch concepts. It's Toriko level hype. It's like, fuck your black holes, fuck your space-time continuum, fuck all that shit. I can eat it. I can punch through it and I can eat it. I can eat anything. I can even eat concepts, right? So the idea here, I think, is that her mass is so great that it's like, now all your magic and all your voodoo and all your bullshit, no. My punch is strong enough to say fuck that, you know? So that's the way I'm taking it. So yeah. So anyways. Oh, and then they're trying to actually map out exactly how this has been done with a Triforce, apparently. Inside Tengen's barrier of the Triforce. But, alright. So there's a lot of chapter notes here. Feel free to read it, guys. As I said, I didn't fully understand everything, but what I gathered was basically, as I said, Yuki's technique is, fuck you, I'll punch you. You know, and that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. You know, her technique is simply, fuck your magic, fuck your trap cards, fuck your bullshit. I'm just gonna punch you really hard in the face. It's very DBZ style of doing things, right? So I like that. As I said, I didn't understand Kenjaku. I like the fact that they both go into their inner monologue and stuff. I like the detail that Kenjaku at best may have a fourth technique, but it's actually really unlikely because of the limitations that he is not in Yuta's body, so his brain, nobody else's brain can do what Yuta's can do. So it doesn't work like that. You can't store all those techniques. You don't have Rika. You don't have that type of access. So there's nothing there for you to do that with. So I definitely like that idea. And I also like the idea that Idle Transfiguration is either already been used up or is a one-time usage only. As I said, I thought that that's how he used it to murder Mahito at the end there. But I could be mistaken about that. I could be misremembering that. So yeah. But by the sounds of it, he can only use it once. It's a one-time use, and if we assume Yuki's correct about that, then that does limit Kenjaku in how much he can do, and the assumption that at least I was under, that Kenjaku probably had a multitude of techniques. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for the reaction, guys. I know it was long, but damn, that was a pretty sweet chapter. I'm glad I was asked to live react to that one. That was pretty cool. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So let's get on that. Drink responsibly as always, ladies and gentlemen. And let me know what you guys thought about this chapter in the comment section down below. I think the fight is shaping up to be pretty freaking cool. And I like that Kenjaku isn't so high and mighty that he thinks himself above everybody, because he's actually thinking that fighting Yuki is a bit of a mess, is a bit of a pain, and she is not an easy opponent that he can just forget about, you know? So I do like the fact that he is more grounded than he has been portrayed thus far. I like that. So anyways, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.